Bedfordshire and Luton Geology Group was holding an event at Bedford Museum and trying to encourage people to bring their own fossils which can be identified. I'm going to try to find out how easy it is to identify the fossil you just found.
Our geology group is a Bedfordshire and Luton Geology Group, and we're here as all ordinary people from the public. They can come along and join us on field trips or day trips or events like this where we invite the public along to have a look at some of our samples as well as the museums. And we also encourage children to get involved with colouring or making puppets and things like this. But the group itself, our main aim is to preserve Bedfordshire's geology. And to do that, we open sites called local geology sites. And these sites are managed either by ourselves or by their owners to preserve the geology that's out there. Because in Bedfordshire, most of it's covered with either houses or towns or buildings or fields, because a lot of our geology is underground. But some of the visits we like to do are to quarries. And these have to be dealt with by a leader. They have to be guided tours, and we arrange these for people if we can with the consent of the quarry managers. The next trip that the membership are hoping to do is to Sundon Hills, which is near Dunstable, and we're going there, and one of our members, Jan Munro, she'll be going along and telling people about the downland around Dunstable, the chalk and the biodiversity as well, not just the geology, and the history of the downs as well. So that's something we're doing on the 27th of February, and everybody is welcome to come along to that at Sundon Hills car park. We're meeting, I think it's 10 a.m.
Can you show us some examples from Bedfordshire?
Yes, of course. This example is of an ammonite, and it belongs to Bedford Museum. It was found at a local pit called Quest Pit, which was the last brick clay pit in Bedfordshire. And this was found, I think, in the 1990s. And it's been preserved by Chris Andrew, who used to work at Bedford Museum. This is an example also found at Quest Pit of a plesiosaur, which was a great big giant Jurassic reptile. This is part of its backbone. And this sample, if you can imagine your own backbone, would be about this size. These are obviously almost as big as my hand, if not bigger.
What can you tell us? What have you got there, and how did you find it?
Well, this is a piece of fossilised wood, which I found on a field trip into one of the quarries that you take sand from in Leighton Buzzard, and this happened to be sticking out of the side of the pit. So it now looks like wood, but is actually 100% stone. Over the millions of years, this has sort of changed and become the fossil that you see now.
So you don't need to be a geological to just find these things?
Not at all. A lot of my fossils that I've got in a collection I've actually found on the beach when I've been on holiday, just walking along, or some people dig bits and pieces up in their garden if they've got the right rock underneath the soil. They often find shells and other interesting things that way.
What do you do in this geology group?
I'm a member of the group, also a member of the Buckinghamshire group. I've been interested in fossils and geology since a very early age, and joining groups enables you to gain access to other members with like interests and gain access to various sites to which as an individual, probably for health and safety reasons, you would not be able to gain access under normal circumstances.
So go out to your back garden and try to find some interesting fossils. And if you can't identify them, contact the group. That was Diana Simkowskaite from Local News TV.